Hi Saggies! Welcome to Project Fev Tarot and More. My name is Sharon. Welcome to my channel. Building it from the ground up into love reads, online readings, full potential readings, you guys name it. I can do it with the tarot and other decks that I have here for clarification, elaboration, and more. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is a general read for the month of March, channeling the energy for you guys there. And technically speaking, sometimes it comes through as a love read, sometimes it's a general read about the energies that you'll be facing in March. Most of the times it is. Love reads for me end up being more specific, where I have to channel the love energy between you and a partner and channel the energies between you and whoever your love interest may be. Let's get started. We're just going to hit right to the tarot. Okay, I use the Gilded Tarot deck because of its beautiful depictions. Okay, pre-shuffle, pre-intuitive read for you guys was, oh yeah, coming up in a big way. I got the number 12, okay, and I feel like in December for you guys, there was some significant challenges, right? You guys had a tower moment, either in a love relationship, and you were either blocked or blocked somebody. You were cut. You were cut right out of this person's life, right out of the situation. Sliced you right down, or you sliced somebody right down and out of it. Boom, 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 boom. Hard, okay? I don't believe that this is a situation where you've lost interest, because sometimes that's the case where it just kind of shuts down. This is something catastrophic. It came to a head, okay? And you've just been kind of nonchalant about it since. Just kind of like, it'll all work out in the end, you know, typical Sagittarius optimism, right? Or even idealism, where it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, it'll work out. I'm not worried about it. I don't need to make the effort or energy. I'll know when it's time to move that forward. Okay, but you're dealing with somebody who is stronger than you. They came out as the Major Arcana and the Strength card, baby. So I don't know if you realize who you're dealing with. No, you don't. The guides are saying, no, you don't. You don't realize who you're dealing with, okay? If you're a Sagittarius and you're dealing with the law, you're not on the side of the winning. You're not on the winning side with this. You're going to have to learn how to play by the rules, okay? Not something a Sagittarius does very strictly, if that's the word. Yeah, you like to kind of make your own rules and, you know, march to the beat of your own drum. But the situation that you're dealing with is stronger than you. The person in the situation is stronger than you, or they house more strength or more authority. Okay, they're not using their authority yet. Okay, what I see here is they understand and know for themselves that they're stronger than you. So if you're trying to outlast them or hold out for a situation, you're not going to win. They've got the upper hand in this situation, is really what this is telling me. They've got the upper hand, okay? And I don't think you guys are going to realize that. Not for a while. Okay, so I got, how did all these cards turn around? Okay. So the other thing that I got in the pre-shuffle is 12-step programs. Some of you guys are being a bit overindulgent, and some of the catastrophic results took place in December. Man, sounds like it's a heavy situation. I'm not sure what kind of consequences, but they're long-reaching. Okay, you guys have not totally connected. Okay, so here's the thing. You guys have not totally connected with the level of heartbreak that's coming. I hope there's light at the end of this tunnel, because this is turning out to be a pretty heartbreaking read. So let me change and shift my energy to something that's a little more sensitive. I don't want to just straightforward this for you guys, okay? You guys haven't connected with how heartbreaking and long-reaching this situation is going to be for you. I think the 12 is 12 months. And I think that you guys have just entered into a phase and a shift with the tower moment has bumped you and collided you into a 12-month program here, a spiritual ascension program, essentially, where you're going to fast track it, almost like out of the 12 months, there's a new lesson every month, and you're going to, you know, start at the ground up, start at the very beginning, at the beginning of the month, and by the end of the month, hopefully, you'll have mastered it, because you're going to be thrown right into the next lesson come the next month. If you haven't been experiencing that already for January and February, and potentially now moving into March, maybe you're not aware of it, but it's time to snap out of it. Snap out of it. Okay? It's time to start taking things a little more seriously. It's time to start activating in your energy and in your power a little bit more, and it's time to start paying attention to what's going on as a result of this strength card. So the 5 of Swords came out in the pre-shuffle, and it just came out now. Okay, it came out in reverse, though. You are not the victor in this situation. Okay, not intellectually, and certainly not. You're in the wrong, basically. You're the one in the wrong, but you think you're right. Oh. You're the one in the wrong, but you think you're right. So you're not offering any kind of apology or reconciliation. I see here. Okay. All right. So this is someone that you know. 6 of Cups came up. This is either a soulmate connection to a lover. Yeah, soulmate connection. So it's a soulmate. You don't recognize that this is your soulmate. Okay, you don't recognize that yet, that you're headed towards your own heartbreak and you've created this situation. Okay, you're not connecting with that yet. And the universe is saying, snap out of it. Snap out of it. Because you're blowing it, basically. I hope this resonates with you guys as like something you can change and you really do snap out of it. Because this isn't a pride thing. It's not like you guys are egocentric in this. This is literally like you just aren't taking it seriously. You don't think it's as serious as it is. You really don't think that anything bad's going to happen as a result of this. Yeah. See, Temperance and the 8 of Wands in reverse. So you've come almost to a halt with this. Even like a procrastinating energy. So whatever, you know, was forward focused about this tower moment situation kind of catastrophically put you on pause. Okay? And there's no balance in it. Okay? You've lost your balance in this whole situation and you are not connecting with that. Where are you at, Saggies? Are you kind of like in La La Land dealing with this situation? Not dealing with this situation? What is going on? What is going on? Yeah, you guys are in La La Land. You're just floating around somewhere thinking everything's going to work out. Like everything's going to just be fine. It's not fine. It's already not fine. Something you did and said caused a tower moment. Oh. Saggy Merc retrograde. So this last Mercury retrograde in Vedic Sidereal Sagittarius, you guys said and did something that put tower moments into action for you. Like, seriously. And you haven't, you're like you're way behind the 8 ball. And you're not paying attention to the signs. The universe is sending you the signs. You've got the Tower. You've got the Strength card. You've got the Temperance card in reverse. You've got some major arcana here. And major arcana for me really indicates that the divine is speaking. Okay, these are the things that the divine is in control of. This is how the universe is influencing and affecting in ways that you don't choose. It's bigger than you. Okay, so whatever this situation is that came to a head, this tower moment, where you did and said something that caused this catastrophe to take place. The catastrophe was kind of instant. Catastrophic event was kind of instant. But the backlash that's coming as a result of your nonchalance about taking care of it is building. And I feel like if you allow it to build up for each of these months, the overindulgence that you're involved in, yeah, This overindulgence is going to cost you. Okay, so what are we doing here, universe guides? More tarot cards. Okay. More. There's more message here. Goodness, Saggies. Okay, what do we got here? Six of Pentacles. How does this apply? All right, so this has essentially, this tower has essentially, for all intents and purposes, allowed, see how these little hands are out here? Okay. This has allowed other people to come in and kind of take advantage of the situation. Okay, so these are people that are around you, either in a work situation, work environment, or I don't think this is your love interest right here. This is about a work situation, work environment, something to do with the way that you provide for yourself in the 3D world. So I would say work. So these are probably co-workers or people that you have around you at work. Okay, so you're just kind of over here doing your thing that you normally do, thinking everything's okay, and it's not. You've got some underhanded, dirty do's. Okay, underhanded, dirty do's. And you don't look at, you're not even acknowledging that they're there. Okay, it's not like you're pretending that they're not there and you see them and you're not doing anything about it. You literally aren't even connecting with they're there. Snap out of it. Okay, snap out of it. Because this is building up to be a situation that if you don't wake up to this, the tower moment, that catastrophe is going to be permanent and you're going to have permanent backlash in your life. Okay, so can't just leave you like this, Saggies. I got to give you some silver lining or some work to do or something, right? How come we can't just leave them like this? There are more tarot cards? No. Okay. So we're going to transition over to the Soul's Journey lesson cards. This is a life lesson. Saggies, you guys are usually on a spiritual journey of some type, developing emotional intelligence. I think what this has to do is getting you outside of yourself and your own thinking. Saggies, you're such individuals and you really just kind of do things your own way. And you're not about anybody else needing it to do it your way, but sometimes you would rather go off by yourself. Freedom card just popped out as I'm saying that. You'd rather go off by yourself than work together in a team. Okay, so if you're at work and you're going off doing things by yourself, people are noticing, particularly with this tower moment. Something that you've done has set this into motion and you're not paying attention to it because you're more concerned with your own freedom. Okay? Now the mantra or the affirmation here is I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And while that may be true, I feel in this situation that your need to express your freedom is actually causing damage. It's causing damage in your situation. Okay, is there another Soul's Journey? Two more. So there's two more Soul's Journey cards. Let's see what comes out for you. Okay, you guys are truly the optimists of the zodiac. You know, Aquarians get a reputation for being individuals, and they kind of are. Well, not kind of. I mean, they are. But they also are willing to, you know, work together in a group. Okay. So the other cards that have just come out are friendship and acceptance. Acceptance first. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. That's the serenity prayer, essentially. Here's the thing. I think this is part of your mantra already, is you just accept things that you don't think you can change. And because the tower moment already happened, you don't think that there's anything else that you can do about it or need to do about it or should do about it, because you can't change that it happened. And you're right. You can't change that it happened, but you do have to take action to prevent a backlash from it. Because whoever you did this to or whoever was involved in this, there's some effort to be retaliative is what I'm seeing. So the development of friendships and the realignment of friendships with your coworkers is going to be vital. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay, so you still have a friend at work. You still have a friend in this situation. Okay, that's what I'm getting from the cards. Somewhere there's a friend. And this friend has even been telling you that this is going on and something underhanded is, and you're just, no, we're going to let it be what it is. Just calm down. If we don't put our energy into it, it'll just go away. No, Saggies, no. Whatever this friend is telling you, whoever this friend is, walk right up to them, give them a hug, wrap your arms around their neck and tell them thank you for the advice, because over the week I snapped out of it and came to the realization that, yeah, you're seeing things a little bit more clearly, with more clarity than when I am here. Okay. So advice for Saggies comes from you guys. Okay. Okay. You guys, the channeled message right that I just got from my guides directly is snap out of this idealism, okay, and into a greater sense of reality. So whoever this friend is, they've been sharing with you what the reality of the situation is, and you've been using some type of esoteric spiritualism, okay, even some Buddhist detachment principles. You may have even quoted the Tao, you know, or the I Ching or the Tao, you know, about how this great wisdom applies, and if you just ascend and whatever, you know, the quote is that you used about detachment and, you know, staying above it. You're not above it, you're in it because you caused it. And you need to connect with the fact that you caused it. The part of you that caused it isn't the part of you that's ascended, okay? So you've left some residual energy laying around there, and you need to go clean it up. Okay, you broke a plate, and now you got to go back and sweep it up. And everybody else is kind of going, "Hey, you broke a plate and you left it over there on the floor. Like, can you go clean it up?" And you're just like, "I'm too good for that. I'm above it." Okay, that's what you sound like. Okay, you're not connecting with the fact that other people are tethered to the ground and they're not spiritually seeing the situation from a spiritual point of view, where they could just clean it up too. They're making it your responsibility to clean it up, and you're just kind of not taking that seriously. And you need to, because there's going to be consequences in reality if you don't take it seriously. Okay? All right. What else is coming out for you guys? Because this is a servant leadership role. So these cards are the Journey Within. They're the deck by Swami, and they basically sorry, I'm getting a message right here. Trying to listen and hone in. Okay, so okay. The cards that came out are spiritual investments of personal growth, okay? You have to come down off the mountain. You can't be so spiritually adept unless you're a monk living, you know, at the top of a Tibetan mountain somewhere, or a teacher in an ashram in India. Like, you live in the world, you work at your job, okay? You can't be spiritual when you have a 3D life, right? So, or correction, you can't be spiritual all of the time when you live a 3D life. You have to apply yourself and your energies to your 3D environment and to your 3D world. And essentially what you're trying to do is spiritually ascend out of a situation that's very simple. And you're making it more complicated than it needs to be by not seeing it for the reality that it is. Okay? And that is part of your spiritual growth, is connecting with the reality, because you're not a monk in a Tibetan, what's the word? Mission? Yeah. That's not where you're at. You're working in an office environment, and you might think that you're above all that, but you're not. You're in it on the same level in the 3D world. So if you don't actively invest in your spiritual growth, your quality of life will remain shallow, vulnerable to uncertainties, and subject to the fickle demands of the mind and senses. And the supreme goal, the Bhakti path, teaches us that both the goal and the means to attain it are the same. The goal is to love. The means to attain it are to serve the Supreme and others with love. Okay, I think the part that's standing out is to serve the Supreme, but to serve others with love. So part of loving other people in this situation, and the greatest spiritual attainment here, is to clean up the plate that you broke and not act like you're above it because of your spirituality or your detachment Buddhist principles or anything like that. So I don't think that embodies necessarily, I'm asking my guides, like that's the whole energy for March. It's a warning because it's going to come to a point here at the beginning of March. When in March? Okay, on or around March 5th. Okay, where if you haven't taken care of this on before that, then it's going to push itself over the edge, and then you're going to be catastrophically deflected into a situation that you will not have control over. Okay, so this is a warning from the universe. Take heed. There's two paths here. Okay, there's cards. Good, thank you, because, wow. There's two paths here, elementally and fundamentally. There's the path that you're going to choose thinking you're being spiritual, and then there's just the path of actual spirituality, which is to love. Okay? Okay. Okay. Saggies, you kind of know. Are you making excuses not to do the right thing? Because you're embarrassed that it happened? So is this pride? No. No. Okay, Saggies. You're a little overconfident because you're giving way to your feelings, okay? Because confidence and feelings came up here, okay? And that's the message that's being channeled from this, is you're a little overconfident. You're giving way to your feelings because of a sense of perfectionism. And I'm not sure why the perfectionism is coming forward for you or becoming like the principle, you know, like you're saying it, you know, it's the principle of it all. It's the principle. I don't think I should have to apologize because I feel like I've done or have been better in situations, and so what, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have to eat crow on this because all these other people are the reason why the mistake took place. So it is kind of like a perfectionist attitude, I guess you could say. So the card is saying permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. The affirmation that's coming from this card is allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. Okay. So I feel like the message in the cards for you for the month of March. Oh, you're on this accelerated fast track 12-step program, and the month of March offers you the opportunity to learn how to accept that others have standards that you don't get to set, that you do have to sometimes live in other people's standards and adhere to what those standards are, or suffer the consequences through it. And most times you'd be like, I gladly will suffer the consequences through it because I'm going to stand up for the principle of the matter. But the warning here is, yeah, well, the principle of the matter is that it's a simple little cleaning up of a broken plate or a catastrophic loss on the other end of the principle, if you don't just apologize and get it over with and move on, because everybody else will move on after the apology is given and the right is made, or the wrong is made right in this instance. Okay, make the decision that you have to make. Move forward in the way that you need to move forward, but it seems like you're on the lesson of the month club. In March, the lesson is this. So, but thankfully you have that friend. Okay, so there's somebody who's telling you, hey, you know, you need to eat a little crow and you need to handle this or that because I've heard this or that or the other thing. So you've got a friend. Listen to that friend. They seem to know what they're talking about. Okay, hope that resonated with you guys. Click like, subscribe, notification button to hear more from Project Fev, moving from the ground up forward for this and every other year after. My name is Sharon. Thanks for joining me. Bye, Saggies.